there. I am Julie Palmer, the Retreat Goddess. I design luxury and transformational retreats, and I also organize intimate travel experiences for very small groups of beautiful humans. And I'm here to talk about 5 ways that you can create a travel experience that gets people desperately wanting to come back for more. Number one, it's going to be talking about the difference between being a traveler versus a tourist. Number two, getting off the beaten path. Number three, small intimate experiences over large group excursions. Number four, connecting with local people and places. And finally, really creating a beautiful customer experience. All right, let's get started. Number one, what is the contextual difference between being a traveler versus a tourist? For me, being a traveler means I'm really mindful about the experience that I'm having and very intentional about that experience. And a tourist feels like I'm just there for a short time to create some memories, to snap some photos, and to see the most popular, famous things wherever I am at. Well, a traveler is one who respects the place where they are and honors it and comes from a place of, I'm here to participate in this and I don't want to stick out and be this obvious tourist. Yes, of course, I want to get some great photos, but it's more about being in the experience of it and really connecting from a heart-centered place where I'm open, empathetic, and curious. And that's what I want to create for my clients, because when I help to curate a travel experience for them, I want to give them that kind of traveler experience. And if they just want something that feels more like just being part of a large tourist group, forget it. That's not the kind of work that I want to do. And I will gladly refer them to someplace else, to another travel agent who can play in that space and give them what they desire. So number two, off the beaten path. Now, it is not uncommon for someone to come to me with that beautiful image of Santorini, right? We all know what those images are, right? You're in the higher elevation of that gorgeous island overlooking the turquoise sea, the beautiful stucco buildings with the bright blue rooftops, and the pathways are clear and open and empty. That's the experience that people want when they say, oh, please, can you get me to Santorini? And I will actually pull out images of Santorini when the cruise ships have stopped and unloaded all their passengers, and those pathways are full, where people are jockeying for position in the overlook so they can get the best photos to match those images that we all see when it's a perfect environment. And I know that's not the experience they want. So instead, I will enroll them into the possibility of a beautiful Greek island travel experience that gets them to an equally beautiful location and gets them into those turquoise waters, and also could have them possibly follow a sacred pathway around an ancient Greek temple and other things that really truly give them the quintessential experience that they want by visiting a Greek island. But it takes them away from a space where they will be one in 1,000 people moving around, unable to access the little bitty shops or that cute little cafe, right? That's the kind of off the beaten path experience that I recommend to get people coming back for more, because they're not going to want to come back if it's been crazy busy and exhausting and they never even got a great photo. Connecting with local people and places. This is the juice of travel, right? This is where travel really takes on a whole different experience. It is about stopping at that roadside stand and engaging with the people there, buying the food that they're selling. Maybe, as I've experienced and have done so for others, um, pointed out a very specific stand to others, right? One that I've experienced myself, where yes, the snacks are great, but they have some really interesting insects, even one of those Goliath beetles that I let walk across my arm. And that was quite an experience. But then out back, they had a hummingbird sanctuary, right? And if you just drove by on your tour bus and didn't stop, you would not ever have that experience of connecting with the local residents and enjoying something that is so personal and quite beautiful, and will really set apart that experience for you. There are also so many other ways, and it's just a matter of being curious and being open and excited about the mystery of what could unfold when you decide to take a different turn and go down a smaller side street, or if you're on a smaller island, say anywhere in the world, rent a car and drive all the way around the island and stop at interesting places and say hello to people. You never know what you might run into. You know, there have been experiences where people have said, "Oh my goodness, we were driving around the island and we stopped at this tiny little spot where boys were running from the shore up to the side of the street with buckets full of fresh oysters, and people were eating them right there on the spot." And how amazing is that when you can happen upon that simply by driving out, and away from the big city that may have been your destination? That's the kind of magic that is possible when you get off the beaten path. Now, small and intimate experiences versus large tour group excursions. This is another very, very different way to entice people and get them coming back for more. Because if you're part of a large group who is shuttled to, say, a beautiful square in Salzburg in Austria, and you find that you unload with all these people, and there are 15 other tour groups in the same square, you lose your photo op, right? You're crowded, and there is nothing intimate that has anything to do with that experience, right? So conversely, think about same destination, but with a small intimate group of people. You know, why not walk out by the waterfront, out in front of the home that was used to film the Von Trapp family residence in the movie The Sound of Music? Doesn't that sound amazing? Or drive along the road where the kids were hanging from the trees, waving to their father, right? Those are the kind of intimate experiences that create a holistic, different travel encounter compared to what you could access as a tour group. It is something wholly and completely different when we get to experience the world around us as a traveler, as one who engages in life, participating in it versus simply observing it. And I am convinced, because I've seen it in my own experiences, I've seen it in the experiences that I curate for others, when they get to be in that context of traveler, they create exquisite lifelong memories. They connect deeply with people. They may make friends who they're excited to return to see again the next time they go back. And so the fifth and final way to get people coming back for more is to create that higher engagement that comes with an elevated customer experience. The more that I can do and other travel professionals can do to hold the hands of our clients and prepare them in ways that others don't, to really make sure that they are set to have a great experience. And while they're there, to be available for any problem that might come up, any emergency, but to be able to respond so that they know they're always so well cared for. And then finally, connecting after the travel encounter, because one can always learn from what we have done and what our clients have experienced and use that to improve the next time around. You know, maybe that beloved restaurant owner, very grandmotherly, like maybe she decided to retire and now the vibe is different at that little local special place that we've been sending people. Well, maybe we need to find another one if that experience has changed. And that's the kind of information you get when you engage after the fact when your clients return home to find out what they loved and what could have been better, and then use that to improve it the next time around. Well, I'm Julie Palmer. I am the retreat goddess, and these are the 5 things that I've decided to talk about to make beautiful, exquisite travel experiences that get people coming back for more. Thanks so much for being with me.